Have you ever planned the perfect trip, picked your destination, booked your flight, imagined yourself walking through a new city, only to hear two words that end everything: visa denied? In 2026, traveling isn't just about money or time anymore. It's about paperwork, background checks, financial proof, digital records, interviews, and sometimes pure luck. Some countries now enforce travel rules so strict that even well-prepared travelers are turned away. So today we're counting down the top 10 countries with the hardest travel rules in 2026, the places where entering legally can feel like passing an exam. If you love travel, global politics, and understanding how borders really work, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we break down how the world is changing and how it affects where you can go next. Now let's begin. 10. New Zealand. New Zealand is known for its breathtaking landscapes and welcoming culture, but getting in is no longer as simple as it once was. In 2026, immigration screening has become far more meticulous. Visitors must now demonstrate clear financial stability, provide detailed travel plans, and pass stricter background reviews. Short-term travelers face extensive questioning at entry points, and longer stays require proof of purpose, accommodation, and sufficient funds for the entire duration. Authorities are particularly strict with individuals who appear likely to overstay or work illegally. New Zealand may feel friendly once you arrive, but reaching that arrival gate is becoming increasingly demanding. 9. United Kingdom. The UK has dramatically tightened its border policies in recent years, and by 2026, the process is even more complex. Applicants often need to provide bank statements, proof of employment, sponsor details, and evidence of strong ties to their home country. Visitors from many regions face lengthy processing times and high rejection rates, especially if their travel history is limited. Even those with complete documentation can be questioned heavily upon arrival. While Britain remains a global hub for tourism, education, and business, the entry system has become one of Europe's most rigid. 8. Australia. Australia's immigration system is known for its points-based structure and strict oversight, and it has only grown tougher. Tourist and visitor visas now require detailed financial records, proof of intent to return home, and in some cases, biometric verification. Authorities aggressively screen applicants for any indication of potential overstay or unauthorized employment. Even small inconsistencies in paperwork can lead to immediate refusal. Australia still welcomes travelers, but only those who can prove beyond doubt that they meet every requirement. 7. China. Traveling to China in 2026 involves navigating one of the most regulated entry systems in the world. Visitors must provide formal invitations, precise itineraries, hotel bookings, and sometimes letters from employers or sponsoring institutions. Security screening is extensive, and applications can be rejected with little explanation. Journalists, researchers, and travelers with politically sensitive travel histories may face additional scrutiny. China remains open to tourism and business, but entry approval is carefully controlled and closely monitored. 6. Canada. Canada's reputation as a welcoming nation contrasts with the reality of its visa system. By 2026, visitor visa applications require strong proof of finances, employment, and family or social ties to the applicant's home country. Rejection rates remain high in certain regions, especially for first-time travelers. Immigration officers are trained to identify any hint of long-term intent, even for short visits. Canada offers opportunity, but convincing authorities that you'll leave after your stay is often the biggest challenge. 5. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia has opened itself to tourism in recent years, but entry remains heavily regulated. Visas are tightly linked to purpose, whether tourism, employment, religious pilgrimage, or business. Applicants must submit personal records, accommodation details, sponsor confirmations, and in some cases, health or background documentation. Any discrepancy can delay or deny approval. While the country is expanding its global image, access is still controlled with precision and caution. 4. Russia. Russia's travel rules have become significantly stricter, shaped by geopolitical tensions and national security priorities. In 2026, applicants must provide official invitation letters, confirmed itineraries, and sometimes proof of travel insurance that meets specific criteria. Background checks are thorough, and certain nationalities face increased review. Journalists, activists, and those with sensitive travel histories often encounter added obstacles. Russia remains accessible, but only to those who successfully navigate one of the world's most heavily regulated visa systems. 3. Japan. Japan is admired for its efficiency and order, and that structure is reflected in its immigration policies. Although tourism is encouraged, long-term and even some short-term visitors face extensive documentation requirements. Applicants must provide clear travel plans, financial evidence, return tickets, and in some cases, guarantor information. Authorities are particularly cautious about overstays and unauthorized work. Japan is welcoming once inside, but reaching that point requires careful preparation and flawless paperwork. 2. United States. Few countries are as famous for visa difficulty as the United States. In 2026, the process is more demanding than ever. Applicants often undergo in-person interviews, biometric screening, and deep background checks. Tourist and student visas require extensive financial proof, employment verification, and evidence of strong ties to one's home country. Even well-qualified applicants face rejection if officials suspect any long-term intent. The U.S. remains one of the world's most desired destinations, but entering legally is one of the greatest challenges in international travel. 1. Schengen Area, European Union. Topping the list is not a single country, but the Schengen zone, covering much of Europe. In 2026, Schengen visas have become increasingly difficult to secure due to rising migration pressures and enhanced border security. Applicants must submit detailed itineraries, confirmed hotel bookings, travel insurance, bank statements, proof of employment, and evidence of strong home country connections. Processing times are long, rejection rates are high, and minor documentation errors often lead to denial. Once approved, you can travel freely across many European nations. But earning that approval has become one of the toughest hurdles in global tourism. So why is crossing borders becoming more complicated? In 2026, governments prioritize national security, economic stability, and migration control more than ever before. Advanced data systems allow authorities to analyze travel history, financial behavior, and personal records in ways that were impossible a decade ago. Tourism still thrives, but movement is no longer based solely on intent. It is measured through documentation, digital tracking, and risk assessment. Travel has become less about where you want to go, and more about whether a system decides you're allowed. Travel today is no longer just a dream, it's a negotiation. A negotiation between your plans and a country's rules, between curiosity and compliance, between opportunity and approval. If you've ever experienced a rejection, you're not alone. Millions of travelers face the same reality every year. But understanding how these systems work gives you power. The power to prepare better, apply smarter, and choose destinations more strategically. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more insights on global travel, geopolitics, and how the world is changing around us. Until next time, keep exploring, because even when borders are strict, curiosity should never be.